Alright, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to Wolf Gaming. And I know I said I was going to try and get this out earlier. However, it occurred to me that with the Chaos Dwarf DLC drop, things had changed a little bit. Mainly for this guy right here, because of the Chaos Dwarf starting locations for Immortals Empires. It's changed a little bit too, obviously, for other reasons, but I'll go into that as well. But mostly because of one of the Chaos Dwarfs starting Zatan the Black. But let's go over this guy first. Mr. Filch the Curseling of the Puppets of Misrule. He's actually a really good legendary lord. I'd even say a great late game. And one of those reasons here, alright, is his skill tree. And he's only got one quest item, alright, but it's a pretty good one, okay? Now this part right here though, this is the main reason it's good. I still kind of wish he had more than one quest item, but he replenishes his barrier, the barriers of combatants, alright? In combat, he can do this, and you can get some really cheap spells to be using, to be casting, because it triggers when casting. Super powerful, okay? Also, of course, ward save reduces the cost here, and also, you know, reduces the cost of drain magic, which is okay. But his skill tree is pretty good. Like increasing his barrier hit points is really good. I'm a big fan as Chaos of using the request army. Like when you're about to do a big expansion, if you got several vassals, you do it all at once. You take all the guys, and then you move forward. You expand. You're using somebody else's armies, not costing you jack. So they die, no big deal. Is what it is. And you can even use them as bait to bring somebody out. This one is another really good one just because of the stealing magic items from the enemy. That's a wonderful thing. And then of course, you know, his standard magic tree as being Zinch is also great. Like Infernal Gateway is good. However, you're not going to want to focus on his magic too much early on, and we're going to go into why. But let's take a look at something here. As you can see, turn 9 for this save, and look, we're at war with those Chaos Dwarfs, Zatan the Black, and we've even got a vassal over here. You're probably wondering, okay, why are you going at war with someone who's potentially your ally? Which you can go that route if you want. If you want to play nice, but you want to actually have more than one dark fortress early on, you got to do it a certain way. So here's the thing. You start over here with the red fortress. And then you go over this way. You got like one little army to fight from these guys. Not a big deal. Most of the time, and especially before the Chaos Dwarfs DLC drop, you would want to come over here and take this and gift it to your vassal. That makes sense, right? However, if you do that, he's moving so quickly because of the range that you have to move to do things. Most likely, like in my case, he was already right here, poised to take the Bloodwind Keep after I took this and gifted it to my vassal, which he did. So instead, after I took this, gave it to my vassal, I asked my vassal to take their army, which they will, in most cases, be building over here at the time of you taking this. And I asked him to come and defend my main army before you declare war on Zatan the Black, okay? Follows you over here, gets close enough, that way, as soon as he's there, bam, you attack him. And we'll look at it real quick. It is valiant defeat, but here's the thing. He's got so many cheap units, and you can deal with these guys. They're really not that big of a deal. Because one, you've got them way outnumbered. I'll pull up the little map here you can see. Go into the battle. Wait for your reinforcements to get there, okay? But see here, there's some trees. I did this fight. I had the Chaos Warhounds sitting over here, hidden. My army was up here waiting for my ally to come in. While we're building Winds of Magic, we're ready to cast a bunch of spells at once. Your Lore of Metal is going to be your big one, because you can get this for super cheap early on. It's 4 Winds of Magic. They're going to be all clustered up. There's just too many of them, they can't help it. And your one flyer here, send him around once you've got their attention at the front gate, because they'll head that direction. Fly him around, take out the rockets, your Chaos Hounds. While you've got the front's attention, you send them over here, bust in through one or both of these gates. I just went through this one, went around, took a capture point, took the main point here, and then I went over here. Another reason I hate these things. Capture points, I just hate them. But we could go on about that forever. But these guys are just so fast, they can keep going around, and, if you're lucky, you keep their attention over here while you take those, and you win. I've tried for both. It's really hard to tell. I think it ended up barely winning this way first, because since he was all bunched up, we just obliterated him. We really did. I only cast his spells like once or twice, just because of the effectiveness, because of how close everybody was. So I kind of maximized there and got a bunch of them to rout. But it says Valiant Defeat. Anytime it says Valiant Defeat, you can do it manually. Trust me, you can do it. Anytime it says Close Defeat, good chance you can do it too. So let's pull away from that. Now, going back to if you want to play nice, don't come here. As soon as you beat the low army here, make your way over here first, if you don't want him to take it. Because, even if he doesn't take, even if you take this from him first, before he gets there, he's going to have this territory. He's going to have this territory. There's a dark fortress over here, and then he's got this territory. He's going to have 4 territories, alright? It's a lot. He might go down here and take this one, because you didn't go. So then he's going to have 5. Kind of annoying. I would rather make him a vassal, which you can do, just in case anyone was curious. So, we're going to go to a different load here, just so you can see. Alright, now of course this is right before I make him a vassal. Now, here's the thing. Over here, you could take this and have a 3rd Dark Fortress. I don't recommend that, and here's why. Okay, 1, you can sack it, you'll get a decent amount of money, which you need to fuel your other Dark Fortresses, okay? And, don't repair it or anything. When you vassalize him, you can sell it back to him, okay? And he'll also be a little bit more happy, because you want him to have a decent size territory. You want him to have his tower, at least one, so you can recruit from him the alliance pool, things like the blunderbusses or the rockets. Come on, how amazing would that be for Demons of Chaos to be walking around with blunderbusses and rockets? Because it's really hard to get that otherwise. It's like, sure, in my Chaos map and Immortal Empires game, I did vassalize some humans, but their stuff is like way down the road. Blunderbusses aren't that hard to get. Regular guns, not worth recruiting, but blunderbusses? Heck yes. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and do this real quick. Yeah, I'm going to lose 1 unit. Big whoopity-doo. Do not vassalize him first, okay? Sack it. You're close enough. Make sure you had plenty of movement. Then you go into it. Then you subjugate him. It's a beautiful thing. And then we're just going to sell it back to him. See? Get a little extra money. And now he's going to be happier. He's moving up in that happiness with you. He's going to be a little happy vassal, which you can use to help get Kolek over here under control. Which then with these forces, you can either A, leave it to them for a while to deal with Grimgore. Maybe use 1 army to help help them with Grimgor, because you want him gone / vassalized as soon as possible, because he is a pain. Now, I'm sure some people are like, well, what about Cathay? Okay, well, the minor faction is in control here, okay? Sure, they're going to come in here. It's not that big a deal. You could set a guy in ambush mode over here, get some money, get some experience. Not that big a deal. Build up your money and your forces to, as soon as after you weaken them, you've got 1 or 2 armies ready to go. Hit the weakest one. Now, yes, it's going to be easier the sooner you go. Like this one is already in the process of leveling up again. So, of course, it's going to be easier while they still only have the 14-unit garrison. Unless they got an army unit, which, again, ambushes. They come out periodically to raid. But that is my recommendation there. Get lots of vassals. This guy is great. It is a bit of a slow start, or at least it used to be. Because I had every intention of telling you it was a slow start, and mostly, expanding this way while kind of having a holding action. Because the High Elves, if they actually do have to focus on you, they have all kinds of problem. High Elves, bollocks. Dark Elves. The Dark Elves over here will give Cathay all kinds of problems. There's also some Skaven in here. And Helmengolst is... where is he? He's over here. Okay, and you've also got a Chaos Dwarf buddy over here. A new potential vassal or friend. That are going to be giving them crap. Probably. Now, one thing to keep in mind. This guy is really good magic, but he's really good melee, okay? As we said with his skills here. Now, especially, you get that quest item. It's great. I generally focused on sending him personally this way and just vassalizing everybody. Okay? And eventually, I got all the way to the north on my Immortal Empires campaign. Sword of Cain popped up. Watch for a great opportunity. Take it. He's nearly invincible with it. The only thing this guy has to worry about is generally getting knocked back by large, huge size flyers. Like dragons. They will just toss him around, stagger him left, right, and center. And yeah, it's not good. But otherwise, send him into a ton of melee guys. He could be fighting black orcs. No big deal. Not a big deal. Just keep casting those basic spells. Regenerate. Blast them with the big ones if you got them all bunched up. There you go. Now, let's look at his changing of the ways real quick. Yes, it's a watered-down version of the Fate Weaver. But he does have a couple of good ones here. The Reveal Shroud is nice for seeing, checking in on someone you're about to attack. The Spawn, alright, in a pinch, yes, you can give it to your men, or give it to an ally's army, You could also even give it to an ally's army that you're about to borrow with the alliance points. So then, you get the guys, he's got closer to a full army, and it's free. Woohoo! Very nice. Or really borrow them, then spawn them in. Or, if you got someone who's at war with someone you're at war with, but they're not really your allies, but hey, you want them to do better, spawn those units in there. Give them a little extra edge. So, this is good, this one's good. Drain magic, it's okay. I mean, it drains up to 40 winds of magic from a target army and transfers a portion over time to your faction leader. It's okay. Reveal intentions doesn't really seem to work that well for some reason now. It seemed to work better in the Chaos map, Realms of Chaos, for some reason. This one is pretty good if you're trying to catch somebody and they keep running away from you in forced march. So it's still worth it, okay? So as far as this guy goes for one of the champions of Chaos, he's a great lord. Still kind of a slow start just because of where you're at, but the pace is a lot more now that the Chaos Dwarfs are here and they're moving, and you can get them a decent vassal pretty early on. Alright. In comparison to the other champions of Chaos, I'm gonna say he's probably the strongest, and that's simply because of his magic. The Gore Queen would definitely give him a run for his money. That one I'm gonna say, I'll cover this more in the review for there, but I will say she probably has the easier start position for noobs, for people who are brand new to Warriors of Chaos and to Total War in general. So for Warriors of Chaos, either her or him, this guy right here. But I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the new information and the ideas. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know your thoughts on having the Chaos Dwarves up here and a new, not crappy vassal who's going to get more than Marauders. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please look forward to the next video.